you barely got this job because of LeBron James, right? Like, you're not even really qualified for this job. You're a podcaster. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Reggie. So, last night, man, the Atlanta Hawks G League team beat the brakes off of the Los Angeles Lakers by a score of 122 to 102. Now, obviously, the Lakers are still without LeBron James. We're still waiting for the King to make his return because, Jesus Christ, the NBA has just been completely boring without that man. And, yeah, Trae Young didn't play in yesterday's game either. So, I mean, this game was pretty pathetic as a viewer to watch. But, you know, the Lakers, they did have Luka out there, who is the supposed, you know, front runner for MVP this year. I don't know. I doubt he's going to win the MVP. I think other players have a better chance to win the MVP over Luka. You know, I think Wembanyama has a better chance probably. I think Giannis, SGA, I think all these guys probably have a better chance to win the MVP for the simple fact that these guys actually play defense. So, yeah, I don't think Luka's going to win the MVP this year. But, you know, according to these Laker fanboys, you know, they got him winning it. But we'll see what happens. But after the game, Lakers head coach, man, Redick, he had some pretty interesting comments about his squad. Now, this dude, Redick, I've been on record saying it. He is a clown to me. You know, this dude, he tries to act like, you know, some tough guy now that he's a coach. You know, you'll see him yelling at, you know, players, you know, getting upset, just doing all kinds of stuff that he would never do as a player, right? I watched Redick as a player. The dude was a pussy, okay? Never gotten any altercations, never got in nobody's face, never cussed nobody out. Now, all of a sudden, he becomes a head coach, and he's cussing out, you know, players. He's up on the podium at the post-game presser, you know, trying to act like he's Greg Popovich or something. It's like, come on, dude, cut it out, man. Like, you barely got this job because of LeBron James, right? Like, you're not even really qualified for this job. You're a podcaster, right? You got lucky coaching LeBron and AD. Now you got even more luckier because now you're coaching, you know, LeBron and now Luka, right? But Rob Pelinka extended him based on what he did last season. I thought it was a little bit premature considering the fact that, you know, this dude got clapped in the playoffs in 5 games. But, you know, they extended him for, you know, a few more years. So we're stuck with Redick right now for the time being. But, yeah, he was pissed off, folks, after yesterday's game. I want you guys to take a listen to what JJ had to say after yesterday's game.
JJ, anything specific stand out about how the game kind of started and you weren't able to get going as a team?
Yeah, just not a lot to like tonight.
Where, you know, you obviously mentioned, right, you're going to emphasize that this happens sometimes when other teams are down. They find a way to rally around the flag. Did you feel some of that from the Hawks, or did you feel like this was more of a you guys issue?
Oh, they brought the requisite level of effort and urgency and physicality.
I mean, we spoke about pregame about how you guys are in that position as the Hawks. We spoke about how much you guys have rallied and brought that energy. Is it even more disappointing to see it to kick off this road trip in that manner, considering you guys have done it so much to start?
Yeah, very disappointing.
So now, kind of, what's next? What's next? Is it kind of just if you flush this one, or do you look at it after, or is it just let's just forget and move on to the next one? Charlotte.
No, we're going to look at it for sure.
Was there a moment in that third quarter that you realized that this was not going to be one of those nights where at least your first unit was going to get back?
I realized that in the first 2 minutes of the game.
What did you see in those first 2 minutes?
Nothing.
Thanks, Coach.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys just heard what Redick had to say. Pretty much said that, you know, there was just no effort from this Lakers squad last night at all. And to me, this is why it's really hard for me to really think that this team can do anything. Now, I get they were without LeBron. I get they were without Reaves. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, folks, I mean, this is practically the same team from last year. You added DeAndre Ayton, you added Jake LaRavia, and you added Marcus Smart. Now, obviously, these guys were in the starting lineup last night, but when LeBron James comes back, these guys are going to be coming off of your bench, okay? So they're not going to be giving you the same production that they're giving you with LeBron James being out, with Austin Reaves being out. Even Austin Reaves won't even give you the same production once LeBron James comes back. He's going to come back down to reality, folks. I think right now he's currently averaging 30 points per game, but he'll come back down to reality soon once LeBron James comes back. Even Luka. Luka's averaging, close to 40 right now. Even he's going to come back down to reality once LeBron James comes back. Obviously, their scoring has been a little bit inflated since LeBron James has been out. So, once again, we just got to wait and see what this team is going to look like once LeBron James comes back. But in my opinion, folks, I am not impressed, man, with the Lakers so far. I get it. They're 7-3. You can only play who's on your, schedule. But to me, you haven't played anybody yet. You've played Portland twice. You've played Miami. You've played Minnesota twice, one time without Anthony Edwards. And you've played the Hawks. You lost to Golden State. And that's been the Lakers season so far, folks. I'm not impressed, man. I got to see more for me to be like, okay, the Lakers are working with something. And until then, folks, I think this is pretty much the same team as last year. They got clapped in 5 games versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. At the end of the day, you still got Reaves and you still got Luka, right? That's your backcourt. And you can't win with that. You just can't. You're not going to win at the highest level with that. Now, can you win regular season games? Sure. When you're playing Atlanta, without Trae Young, without Jalen Johnson, right? Sure, you can beat a Hawks team. I think they got Charlotte up next. Can they beat, Charlotte without LaMelo, who I think has a ankle injury right now? Sure, they can beat these teams. The Lakers can beat the majority of the teams in the NBA on any given night, folks. That doesn't mean that this team has what it takes to go win at the highest level when it really matters. When you look at this coaching staff, you got Nate McMillan, you got Scott Brooks, and you got JJ Redick, folks. All of these guys are rejects. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Nate McMillan gets fired everywhere he goes. Scott Brooks gets fired everywhere he goes. And JJ Redick's a podcaster. We saw it in the postseason last year, folks. This dude don't know how to coach. We're in the series versus Minnesota. This dude doesn't even put in Jackson Hayes. Doesn't even play a center at all. He got LeBron James playing center. You got Rudy Gobert out here looking like Wilt Chamberlain, right? Last season was just an embarrassment, man. And it proved to me that the Lakers simply can't win when you have Reaves and Luka and JJ Redick. The 3 Stooges, folks. The 3 Musketeers. The 3 white boys. All right? You can't win with these guys. Okay? So until that gets broken up, then I'm sorry, folks. I'm just not going to have any faith in JJ and this Los Angeles Lakers team. Okay? I'm just not going to have any faith in it. And like I said, me personally, I would like a fade with JJ Redick. He walking around like he's a tough guy. JJ Redick, you're a pussy. Like, you're a ho-ho. You ain't tough at all. I see right through you. But yeah, folks, that's really all I got, man, on this dude, JJ. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man, in the comment section down below. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. This was another installment of The Locker Room. Peace.